Lewis Page, and today I will be discussing how to decrease the number of baseball players having to face Tommy John surgery on their arms. Ulnar collateral ligament reconstruction is the scientific term used for Tommy John surgery. The procedure was first performed in 1974 on Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Tommy John himself. The injury stems from overuse of the elbow ligaments, primarily the ulnar collateral ligament of the elbow. A tendon from elsewhere in the body is used during the operation in order to repair a torn or ruptured ligament. Tommy John surgery typically leaves athletes with a recovery timetable of about 12 to 16 months, so it is definitely considered a major ligament operation. Nobody has more influence on a young athlete than his or her coaches and parents. That is why it is extremely important for these role models to be educated on the dangers of Tommy John surgery. The American Sports Medicine Institute recently did a study in which revealed that the number of Tommy John surgeries performed on youth baseball pitchers at their facility has more than doubled since 2000. Baseball is one of the most popular sports in today's youth world, and it is scary that so many pitchers are facing this injury at such a young age. Parents and coaches need to be aware of beneficial practice techniques that will not put so much damage on their pitchers' arms. Decreasing the amount of Tommy John surgeries in baseball revolves completely around the coaches, especially at the youth level. As a former youth baseball pitcher, I refused to throw a curveball until high school. Many kids these days are starting to throw curveballs at the ages of 10, 11, and 12. I was lucky enough to have a father who informed me that many off-speed pitches lead to arm injuries. It's not the off-speed pitch itself that damages the arm, it's the mechanics and arm motion while throwing the pitch. Youth pitchers all over the world are throwing curveballs at a young age, and many of the times, the kids don't even know how to throw a proper off-speed pitch. It is important to wait for the body to mature and growth plates to close prior to throwing a bunch of off-speed pitches. Youth pitchers also commonly face the problem of not learning how to throw pitches the right way. Coaches will often teach their youth pitchers how to throw a curveball, but usually the coaches aren't experts, so they cannot teach the proper mechanics, which ultimately does damage to their arms instead of helping out. Another way to keep your arm healthy is to give it the proper rest and attention off of the field as well as on the field. Watch any Major League Baseball game and you will notice the pitchers taking care of their arms at all times. Between each inning, pitchers like to wear a jacket in order to keep the blood flowing throughout their arm. Before each game, pitchers do stretching routines and arm exercises that strengthen critical muscles throughout the arm. After each game, you will see the pitcher wrap his arm with ice, hoping it will quicken the recovery time. All of these techniques are helpful, but the most important one to me is giving your arm the proper rest time it needs. Pitching is a very unorthodox motion, and it isn't easy on the arm at all. Nowadays, baseball managers and trainers need to frequently check up on their players to make sure everything is going well. These rituals that pitchers have are constant in the major leagues, but they need to also be constant in youth baseball, and that is the surface of the problem. Core body strength is a pitcher's best friend. The standard pitching windup requires strength and flexibility, mainly supported by the player's core muscle group. Not only does core body strength help with flexibility, it also takes loads of pressure and stress off of the arm while throwing a baseball. Pitchers often have the false belief that pitching power comes from the arm movement, when in reality, pitching power comes from the balance and strength of the core muscles. Building up the core muscles and leg muscles is an extremely helpful way to avoid arm injuries. Over the years, Major League Baseball managers have learned that the human arm is not built to throw 150 pitches in a game. Today, most coaches usually set their maximum pitch limit to around 115 pitches per game, depending on the pitcher. Pitchers have also learned that not every pitch has to be thrown as hard as possible. For example, Jamie Moyer had a magnificent career with the Seattle Mariners, and he could barely throw the ball 90 miles per hour. On the other hand, there's been numerous pitchers who have had unsuccessful careers, even though they could throw much harder. Do not always pitch with 100% effort. The best professional pitchers pitch with a range of ball velocity, good ball movement, good control, and consistent mechanics among their pitches. The professional pitchers' objectives are to prevent base runners and runs, not to throw as hard as they can. Pacing yourself throughout a game is helpful in keeping the ligaments in your arm safe and avoiding any surgical repairs. Historically, 15 to 20 major league pitchers have undergone Tommy John surgery per year, but over the past 3 years, that number has increased to 25 to 30. A 2013 survey of active players found that 25% of major league pitchers and 15% of minor league pitchers had undergone Tommy John surgery at some point in their careers. Becoming educated on the prevention steps for Tommy John surgery is essential for players, coaches, and parents. Being aware of the danger of Tommy John surgery should help protect baseball players and improve the safety in baseball. Thank you for listening.